CPI now. CPI now. If ever you really pay attention to what we are trying to educate you on here, you realize that we have been saying over and over that these guys who give out your news, whatever, whether it's your NFP, your CPI, your PPI was given yesterday. They are very technical themselves. They are very, very technical people. Technical people I'm referring to, they have an understanding of technical analysis, right? Not only do they have the understanding of technical analysis, but they they actually look at that before even giving out their news. That's why your technical analysis skill and art must be so sharp, especially if you want to trade news. You must be so much sharp in terms of your technical abilities. So today, basically, this is US30. Let me see if I can start with gold. I just want to look at all of them so that you see if ever we have any confluence among them, because remember, they are all having the dollar as a right. So this is gold. Gold as well. I think we spoke about this level. This level, very, very key level there because of this major break of structure. This was an inward bearish order flow. This is inward bearish order flow. Externally, you can see it's bullish. Bullish external, bearish internal. So if this internal structure doesn't shift to be bullish, those are moments now where you see where the internal structure ultimately now becomes the external structure. When the internal structure is now become the external structure, those are moments that you know that the internal structure, the momentum of the internal structure, it actually succeeded. So in this case, I'm saying if this internal bearish order flow, for example, here, broke here, if they don't come and take this out, which is this high, if they don't come up and take that out, it means they can still continue dropping. They can still come to this level, continue dropping down, and down. But if they come now and take this out like this, it means that's a change of character now, change of inward character. Externally, they are still bullish. Change of inward character, once they do that, they can come back maybe to a breaker block. The breaker block in this case will be around this level or this level. Then they fly. If they don't want the breaker block, they can come even all the way down to a fair value gap, demand or whatever. Then they fly. So whichever way, they can actually still come all the way up like that. So that is only after they change character up there. But if they don't, they will simply come here and drop. So that inward structure, that inner structure, this was the one that you could have been using to guide you on all the positions that you could have been taking in this current period. You would have been guided by the inner structure, but also keeping in mind where the external structure levels are. For example, this one. Right. So that inner structure, as I said, overall, it's still bearish, but inside here, let me remove this. So today it's looking something like, because if you notice now, this 4 hour, that's a breaker block now. This being a breaker block now, it means so gold is actually showing us a very beautiful, clear CPI expectation that is much more clearer than the other pairs. So that's one technique that you can use when you're analyzing for news. There are certain pairs that might not give you the clear structure. Like you can go to a certain pair that might not even show you what where it's going. Like maybe it's consolidating, or it's not even clear that much. So such pairs that are not clear like that, you can actually focus on the pair that where the setup is much more clearer. Once you find a pair that the setup is much more clearer, then you can actually predict what might happen to the other pairs. So yeah, this can be used as a breaker block. Breaker block, then they fly like this on gold. Very, very simple, very simple, very simple analogy. They can actually utilize because they are above this breaker block. So the higher the probability of them pushing higher is higher. The probability of them pushing higher is higher because they are above this breaker block, which was a previous supply there. Previous supply they broke, they can come retest it, then boom, fly higher there. That's my first prediction. But now the only time that you're going to tolerate or to think of sales is when, let's say during CPI, they come and drop below here. Once they come and drop below here and you get 15-minute and 30-minute lower time frame confirmation, that's when you can actually sell all the way down here. Maybe they want to sell down there before they continue higher like that. So the only time that you're going to sell gold is once it comes below the breaker block. Not only comes below the breaker block, but once on 15-minute and 30-minute, it also gives you some bearish order flow momentum or bearish order flow confluences. Once you get that, then you can sell. Right now, you can't be selling now. Someone can say this is a resistance. I can sell. In as much as that's a resistance, there's still this breaker block that can block this market from going lower. So that's why I'm saying if ever we are going to incorporate sales, so other times it's not even about it's not even about catching the direction of maybe the news, but it's all about you looking at your structure and focusing on your structure. That's the best way you can catch those moves that happen during news time. Once you look at your structure and you follow your structure, and so the news will actually find you whilst you are inside an opportunity already. You, so this is very clear on gold. I think this is clear. Below here, I said once it goes below the 30-minute, 15-minute, once you get lower time from confirmation, lower time from confirmation, I'm referring to clear lower time from confirmation. Like your clear things like, for example, if it's going up, it's going up like this, right? So if it's coming down, it can come. There are two scenarios where you can expect, like it can come here, change character, come back. That's a normal. That's the first basic one, right? The second one is whereby they are coming, going up like that, like that. They take this out. After they take this out, so what they will do now is they will be coming down. This is another entry model that is so deep now. So what they do is they'll be coming down from that supply up there. They'll be moving, mitigating it. They move the next candle, it mitigates the supply. They drop, then the next candle, it mitigates the supply. Once they mitigate the supply, they know that even if we change character here, there is no more need for us to come all the way there because we've mitigated it already. So they can even come and mitigate this breaker block, then boom, they leave you who are always expecting it to come up there. So that's another secret technique that they use to also. So this one, someone can say that's a support break and retest. No. It's not even like that. It's not even that because the next time you just enter randomly thinking that it's a support it's a support break and retest. What they are going to do is they are going to leave a supply up there. Once they leave a supply there, they'll come and break your support, and you, because you thought it was a support and resistance previously, you are going to sell. You're going to sell hard here. Once you sell hard, then that's where you find them coming back up, touching their supply because they didn't touch it initially. So once they come and touch it, that's when they'll come back to your support, do something like this, maybe now come back again, then drop. So by the time they do all of that, most of you already you'd be out because of how aggressive you guys enter without understanding. Entering aggressive trades without understanding is just, you're just torturing yourself for nothing. So those are things that you'll be expecting now on 30 minutes. This or this, whereby they come, they change character, or they come, they mitigate the supply before they change character, then they actually test the breaker block, then they continue. That's what you'll be looking at down there. So let's see, let me go to 15 minutes. Let me see if ever there's any other information there on 15 minute. Yeah, so basically I can say that's basically what we are now eyeing for. What we are now eyeing for, if you refine this 1 hour supply day like this. So I'm simply looking for something like a retest here, then they go up. So they can even come and retest this leg, fail to close below this leg. Because once they break this leg now, that's an inner change of character. Once it's an inner change of character, it means they are now dropping. So if they fail now, they can actually come reject. Once they reject, then they fly like that. So basically, it's a very interesting day. I can say it's a very interesting when Thursday. Is it Thursday or when? What date is today? Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday today. Hmm.
Sure, time flies.
The days are flying. I thought it's Wednesday. So this opportunity here, this buy on gold, you could have actually caught this buy nicely from here. Nicely from there, tapping the zone, stop loss below the zone, right? You could have caught it like that. This retail entry here, this retail entry, that's a retail entry, this one. You could have also caught the retail entry, because remember those in the class, they are aware of what we call liquidity generating. There's liquidity collecting and liquidity generating entries. So in this case, this retail entry here, it will actually be a liquidity generating entry that you could have actually bought. You could have actually bought there. Nothing wrong with that. It's a liquidity generating entry, and liquidity generating entries, they can actually give you money as the market will be going up to change character. For example, in this case, looking overall, the real leg that it must come to break, the real level that it must come to break is this one. If it comes and fails to break there, if gold comes and fails to break above there, CPI will just be a roller coaster of sales. Will just be a roller coaster, selling. So basically, that's a level that I'm anticipating them to break. Once they fully break there, they can come down now all the way down here to mitigate before maybe they continue up to maybe change this internal bearish order flow. So that's a buy that you could have caught from there, from here, anyway, from there or from there. That was a buying opportunity there. Very, very beautiful buying opportunity on gold that you could have caught. So now the level where it's at now, which is this one. It's a very, very, very sensitive level. Very sensitive level. I'm saying it's very sensitive. So we just need to see how in the next 1 or 2 or 3 hours, how the market is going to respond to there, to that level. So remember what I've told you about the sales, confirmed major sales, you'll find them below this breaker block like this. Ta, ta, ta. Take it all the way down before we take it all the way up. So it means you sell there all the way down, which is money. Like this. So the other important thing now, once you've done your technical analysis like this on once you've done your technical analysis like this, once you've done your technical analysis like this now. So even in this case, the liquidity generating and the liquidity collecting entries, it applies here as well. They'll come, which is a retail entry, someone can sell based on the trend line, right? But obviously you'll be anticipating a pullback into an untapped supply before they continue. So them coming back there, they're simply coming back to collect liquidity there that will be above there. Then boom, they drop all the way down. So I can say it's a very interesting Thursday, a very, very interesting day that you just need to be patient now. Remember what I've taught you about harvesting major moves. For example, the major move was here, or from there to this leg. That was the major move currently on gold. So the disadvantage of not taking major moves is whereby you are now entering on minor moves, and as you're entering on minor moves, most of you, that's where you lose your money. You lose your money because you're trying to enter a move which even the institutions themselves, they're even tired of still pushing higher, and they're slowly trying to rest before they continue. But you now, that's where you find yourself jumping into those trades, which is not proper, which is not proper. The main proper thing that you must always be doing, make sure you're harvesting all the major moves. Once you have the major move, especially where they begin up to where they end, you will never even you realize that you don't even need to trade every day, actually, because of the fact that a certain one good move, right, like this one that started here, there as well, it continued all the way to that level, right? One good move can actually hold for days or even the whole week, holding one good move in your favor. So it's not a matter of you trying to enter every day or what, all those things. That's where you encounter there are certain opportunities that are presented simply for your distraction, simply to manipulate you, or simply to confuse you now. Because if ever you're not well educated on how to join a moving train, this is a major move that has begun where you didn't enter. That's a moving train. So gold, I think I've explained what basically we are eyeing for. I think I've explained what we're eyeing for. That level where it's a very sensitive level. We just need to be aware now and to look at how the market is gonna. So I would try by all means to also see if we can be live on TikTok by that time. I think it will also be an advantage even if we're not live. But the factors that I'm telling you, that for sales, once it closes below this region, that's where you can get nice sales down. But now for buys as well, they actually can drop back into this breakup before continuing up. So gold is clear there. US30, we can also say a similar thing. We can also say a similar thing to US30. We can also say a similar thing now to US30. In the sense that here you can see change of character, blah blah blah. After they change character, they came again now. Let me remove this here. They came here, broke structure there. After they broke that structure there, broke major structure. After they broke major structure like that, created a high, shifted internal order flow. Internal order flow was shifted. Where was it shifted? Someone can say here, that's the major shift there. So the major shift happened there. After the major shift, you can get a pullback all the way up before the market comes into around the extreme demand, which will be found around this levels down there, which is actually a discount zone. So let me remove this. Right, so something like this can happen on US30. So it's also giving almost the similar bias that you saw on gold, whereby the market can still push further up now. whereby the market can still push further up. That's also the same thing that you saw on gold there. The same thing that you saw on gold. So here, almost the same thing that you saw on gold is what can possibly happen as well for US30 right here. So US30, it's also on a breaker block, which is on a supply, I mean. So if they close above that supply now, once they close above that supply, they can, during news, they can actually use this as a breaker block, then fly up, then fly up. So you can see that there's actually a confluence or something that is similar in both cases, whereby both of them, they are showing you similar signs of a bullish movement that can actually happen on US30 during our news today. So it's a very, I can say it's a very, 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 very interesting Thursday. Very, very interesting Thursday. Very, very interesting Thursday. Very interesting Thursday. So US30, also similar thing to gold. Similar thing to gold. Similar thing to gold. It can actually shoot nicely up before maybe reversal on this supply or that other supply here. So there's the supply. Maybe if it wants to give you some reversals down. This one, it's an inducement supply. So this one, these inducement supplies, they are mostly broken most of the times. Mostly broken, those ones most of the time. So it can come here, there, before the drop. So the major drop in this case, I'm anticipating it from this leg, which is up here. That's why I'm anticipating the major drop coming down. Coming down, take out this low, come and tap into the demand there. So it's a very, very interesting thing. What are you saying? No need for, I don't think there's any need for me to even go to GBP. Just go there, you will realize that there's almost a similar thing. There's almost that's now your duty to go to those other things, but there will be a confluence. There's no more need for me to even waste time on GBP because you can see the same thing here. They're above this breaker block. Same thing that you saw on gold, same thing that you saw on US30. Same complete thing. Same complete thing. Same complete thing that you're seeing there. So it's just a similar. That's just a confluence, basically. Confluence of it's just a confluence. It's just a confluence. Just a confluence. It can push. So CPI, as I said, above there where they are, they can actually get a nice push into this zone. Here, this one can be used as this is inducement. They'll come pa 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 pa. So it's just a similar thing. Similar thing that I showed you on gold is also the same thing that I'm showing you now on GBP USD. Same thing that I showed you on US30. Similar thing. So those guys on their side as well, they are aware of this analysis. They actually have these setups in place. They actually have these setups in place. Those guys, they actually have the setups in place. So yeah, that's a very it's a very interesting. So as I said, the bias is more to the upside, more to the upside. Then I said, if ever we're going to get any sales, so if ever we're going to get any sales, let them be below this breaker block. Let them be done below the breaker block. So so long we're above that breaker block, we are focusing on the buying side of things. But once they break below here, that's when you look to sell. You put your stop loss above the breaker block. So even if by any chance, let's say by any chance you miss the CPI move, then maybe you realize after CPI they come and break below there. That's when you can even get a sell obviously after confirmation. With confirmation, put your stop loss above the breaker block, something like that. coming down into the demand, which is around this level, something like that. So it's not even a matter of say, yeah, I must catch the move, catch the move. What? It's a matter of you being able to look at the market as clear as it is, and once you're able to do that, you're able to take advantage of any opportunity that is kindly presented on the market. So I think they are fully explained, and I think it's clear. Are we together? Are we
Yes,
together?
thanks for the clarity.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right. So I think that one is clear. So I think so the video will be up. I think I saved it. Yeah, I recorded. I saved it. You can rewatch it. If you need more clarity, you can rewatch it. Rewatch it so that you see that by around 12:01 there, you just need to know where the market is. Look at where the market will be based on what you analyze. Because remember here what I said, if they fail to break here, if they fail to break above here, they can actually fall drastically. So them falling drastically, it means below our breaker block there, we'll get nice drops, nice sells coming down. So those are just things that you must just be looking out for as the hours are going, because we still have around we have five 5 hours. 5 hours is 6 hours actually. 6 hours to go. 6 hours to the news being released. So in those 6 hours, we have to see how the market and how price will close. Then we respond accordingly. So guys, I hope this was informative, and I hope someone is going to apply and implement and make money from this. So guys, make sure you go back, you go to the channel and you watch the video, repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Make sure you have all the confluences in place, your zones, make sure they are in place, so that you know once we're above this zone, once we're below this zone, that's where we have confirmed sales or confirmed buys, depending on the zone. So that's it. Step index, I think I also spoke that we are eyeing for this leg here, this level here, 88% around this demand here. Then I said worst case scenario is for them to come down here, which is where you can actually get sniper buys. But basically, I'm targeting this one. So it's also an interesting. It's actually an interesting day, even this other side of things. So this side, I'm looking for step index giving us a major money today. This side, gold and US30. I'm also looking for some good action today. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's still on the breaker block now. It's still on the breaker block, not fully above. So if it closes below the breaker block, that's where you can find the market dropping also hard below there, below the zone there. Because so where the market is going to be around 1, around 2, where the market is gonna be, around those times, it's very key. Where the market is gonna be around those times is very key. Where the market is gonna be 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. You make sure you know where the market is. Just go to the market and identify where the market is. For example, they're still within this zone. So if they are still within the drop can still happen because they are still within the zone. They'll still be within the zone now. So we just need to know where they're going to be in the next 6 hours. Are they going to be still below this zone or above? Once they're above, it means also the probability of them still continuing higher and higher and higher. It will be higher like that. So guys, that is it. Thank you. Make sure you go and watch the video there on YouTube, both for step index and for the CPI news. You'll find it just now.